There's something that's been going on in every Giants fan's mind. Will Malik Neighbors be okay? Is Malik Neighbors okay? Is he healthy enough to be on the field week 1 for the New York Giants? Well, we're going to go over that in just a few moments. But before we do, if you love the Giants and you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. So if you can help us get there, that would be an absolute blessing. Also, too, guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. I really want your opinions. I want to know how you feel about the 2025 season. If you're optimistic, pessimistic, let me know down in the comments. We're trying to build a really great community here. So listen, the Giants just released their unofficial depth chart. Now, this is mainly for the media, not necessarily the coaches, but they released their unofficial depth chart for Giants versus the Jets. And Malik Neighbors, he's missed the last few practices. Well, his name is on the unofficial depth chart. Now, we all know Neighbors has been dealing with this toe issue. We also know that he did say that there could be a possibility for him to maybe get surgery. Now, we hope that that's not the case. We hope that Malik won't need the surgery. Malik is the best Giants offensive player, the most impactful Giants offensive player. He had arguably the best season for a New York Giants receiver ever in the history, and he did that as a rookie. He did that with 4 different quarterbacks throwing to him. Malik Neighbors is absolutely incredible, and the Giants need him. Now, Neighbors, as I said, he is on the unofficial depth chart for the Giants. So this leads me to ask this question. Should the Giants bother even playing their starters versus the Jets? In my opinion, absolutely, especially Malik. If he's healthy and ready to go, I think Malik should play in this preseason game. He's missed quite a few practices. He needs to build some type of familiarity with Russell Wilson, in my opinion. I would love to see Jackson Dart throw to Neighbors a little bit, but Malik needs to build chemistry, if he hasn't already, with Russell Wilson. It's very important. According to Wilson, though, everything seems to be going fine in camp with Malik and himself. But there needs to be, we need to see some action with Russell and Malik Neighbors, in my opinion. But that's only if Malik is healthy. And also, too, as I said a little earlier, Malik played with 4 different quarterbacks in 2024. So I think whoever his quarterback is, he'll be just fine. And with Russell Wilson, with his little moon ball, I think Malik Neighbors will be A-okay. Now, the biggest omission on this unofficial depth chart is Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas, we all know how important he is to that New York Giant offensive line. He's incredibly, incredibly important. He's the glue that holds that line together. He's that anchor on that offensive line. Without him, that offensive line crumbles. And unfortunately, that's true. And I hope that he is ready to go week 1. I'm praying that he is, because without him, it's going to be messy. Russell Wilson might get creamed back there, and he's the kind of guy who is willing to take a sack and lose 10 yards on the play. Right? He doesn't really throw the ball away all that much, and that could lead to, obviously it won't lead to turnovers, but it will lead to loss of yards and many yards at that. So I'm praying and hoping that Andrew Thomas, the anchor on that offensive line, is there. I'm hoping John Michael Schmitz freaking takes that next step that we need him to take over there at center. He's entering his 3rd season. He needs to be better. Same with Evan Neal. He needs to take that leap. We've been waiting for Evan Neal to take that leap. Does he have the talent? Honestly, I think he does. I think the Giants have been forcing him out of position that he just isn't very good at least at the NFL level. You move him over to guard, he might be able to find some success there. At least more success than he has at the tackle position. But in my opinion, Andrew Thomas, it doesn't take an expert to tell you that losing Andrew Thomas is a big deal, because it is a gigantic deal. So hopefully Andrew Thomas is ready by week 1. Now, Kayvon Thibodeau told a little story in his press conference earlier today, and he talked about the Jets. He talked about how he met with the Jets prior to the NFL draft, doing his 30 meeting, and it didn't go well for him. He said that, he had jet lag, he had this, he had that, and he had to take some type of an exam, and he was like, you know what, guys, I'm just not into it right now. I just don't want to do it. And he just said, hey, I'm too tired. And the Jets said, all right. But that probably steered the Jets away from drafting Kayvon, and which led the New York Giants to drafting Kayvon. I just thought that was a really funny story. I think this year, Kayvon is going to have a big year. I really do. You have Abdul Carter, who's going to be an absolute beast. Somebody said that he's even a better talent than Micah Parsons. And I think the world of Parsons. He's an excellent player. I wish the Giants were able to draft him back when he was available in the draft. But unfortunately, the Cowboys, I believe, had a pick before the Giants. And the Cowboys grabbed him. And the Giants just traded down after that because they just thought, all right, well, we couldn't get our guy. And then I believe they got Kadarius Toney. Whoa, what a freaking name. So Micah Parsons, if Abdul Carter is better than Micah Parsons, that's going to be nuts. And especially if he can make an impact in his rookie season, along with Brian Burns, who's trying to bring his game to a level that he's never seen, that the fans have never seen. Brian Burns is a beast. 8.5 sacks last year. He's worth the money, in my opinion. Then you have Sexy Dexy on that line, right? So Lawrence, Burns, Carter, Thibodeau, Chauncey Golston, who they signed in the offseason. This Giants pass rush, in my opinion, could be deadly, absolutely deadly. I'm excited for it. I'm here for it. But I want to know what you guys have to say down in the comments. Are you guys concerned about Malik Neighbors? Are you guys concerned about Andrew Thomas? Andrew Thomas is not on the unofficial depth chart. Malik Neighbors is. So we'll see if Neighbors plays at all in the New York Giants' second preseason game versus the Jets. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Joe, and until next time, signing out.